Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats, squirrels. Look, Joey, I'm gonna give you about 10 seconds to issue an apology. An apology to literally the masses. If you choose not to, Joey, that's okay. No. Let me finish. If you don't want to apologize, that's okay. I just can't guarantee your safety anymore. Okay. So you've got about 5 seconds to issue an apology.
5 seconds now?
If you it started at 10, now we're about to 5. If you don't, what do you want me to tell your family? Joey?
Look, I am going to apologize because last episode when we said we were covering Blade 2, I made some comments about the CGI being terrible. I apologize because the CGI
was worse than terrible.
Well,
it was worse than terrible.
No, there was moments where it was good.
I must have missed those moments.
We just totally crashed.
I thought this movie was bad because of the CGI. No, this movie's actually good.
No, this movie's actually bad because of the plot.
No, I actually like the movie. We'll get into it though. There's my apology.
Well, it's a real shame. What do you want me to tell your family? Because that's not what I need you to apologize for.
Oh, what am I apologizing for?
Specifically you to blame and nobody else. Steel is back on the max. Are you proud of yourself? Are you proud of what you fucking did?
That's what.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yep. We had ones of
you fucking monster
that decided they wanted to see it, so they had to put it back on there.
You son of a bitch. It's the reason why we're not on Spotify anymore. And then you went and you had to promote it enough and make us review it. And I thought I killed it. I thought it was dead. I thought it was gone. But apparently you ranked it just high enough. Just high enough.
It's still low on the list. What are you talking about?
It's not the bottom one. It's not the bottom one.
Look, there are still plenty of people who have that movie higher than what we have, okay?
Is it Shaq?
Maybe.
Just Shaq? Oh, look, and
just because it's not the bottom one doesn't mean it's not like in the bottom 5. It's still in the bottom 5.
It should be the worst movie of all time, and now because of you, it's back on the max.
Actually, I don't know about being the worst movie of all time, because I'm pretty sure that we watched like Captain America 2.
Yeah,
I think that's actually the. What's that?
Red Sonja is just below it, also.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. But we're not talking about Steel today. We've already talked about that for a while. Apparently, we talked about it. Today, we are talking about Blade 2. You okay there, Chuck? You seem like are we lagging on you?
Yeah, you're like super lagging on me. Like super.
Okay, hold on a second.
I don't know, gotta bump me out to bump me back in.
Yep. We're not lagging, right?
No, I haven't had any problems yet.
That's weird, considering you always having problems.
Oh, see, so I moved my whole setup right below my Wi-Fi upstairs, so it should be all right.
That helps.
I don't know if that actually will help or not, but I like to pretend it does.
How we sound, Chuck?
Better. I mean, it was talking. It kept getting your audio and your video out for like most of that. So I don't know how it's going to come across. It may be my internet. We have a storm right now, so it's
okay. That might make because you are like glitchy on my end.
I just thought he was doing it intentionally so he didn't have to talk about the show. Oh.
Well, that's possible too. But let's go ahead and get into it. Chuck, do you want to actually do your intro, or do we just going to skip past that?
No, you got your intro.
Okay,
I just need to know what. I just need to know what you want me to tell your family.
I didn't realize Steel was coming back to Max. Makes sense because
we got rid of it, Joe.
Yeah, but we also I wish we would have had it 3 months ago, so we didn't.
So then we wouldn't have to pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah. At least this way, when I do it, cover again for DC films through the years, I won't have to pay for it. I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. All right, so let's talk about this movie.
Let's talk about the second worst Blade introduction ever.
That opening credits kind of reminded me. I don't know why, but I got like a Resident Evil vibe out of it, and maybe it's just the underlying music tone of it.
I don't know, but like that set the tone for the movie for me, because I thought this was a good movie back when we watched it in theaters in like 2002 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was really disappointed in it, and yeah.
I don't know. But that opening scene though with Nomak was really cool and really eerie. I thought that was I like that.
Oh, I was actually talking about.
It had a definitely like Hostile vibe.
See, I haven't seen Hostile.
Oh,
but I see what you're.
I was trying to figure. Yeah, trying to figure out if it was the same thing or not. I didn't actually look it up. Hold
on. But no, like it was a montage, that opening montage. That was kind of. You make sure you put that on the checklist.
Yeah, it's on there.
So
okay.
The horror movie Host came out in 2006. It's probably Eli Roth's like big breakout. Right?
Yes.
So clearly he ripped off Blade because it's almost like the same thing.
Okay.
Like the intro of Nomak getting dragged and set and stuff. I was like, wow, this is like very hostile. But I think that's just the time of the era. I think that's when a lot of this felt like 2002.
I mean, that's good because it was
the look of it. Yeah, but
Guillermo del Toro was the director, and he.
Okay. So like,
this is pre-Hellboy.
I always hear about how great, right? But like, I always hear about how great Del Toro's stuff is. Outside Pan's Labyrinth, can anybody tell me a movie where people went, "Oh, this was like good"? Maybe The Orphanage. Other than that, like,
other than what?
Saw it. So
first Hellboy, Crimson Peak was good. Trying to think what else.
I've never seen Crimson Peak.
Dude, it's so good. It's really good.
Hellboy was good.
First Hellboy was good. Second one was fine. We'll get to it.
What was the second one with the Dark Elves?
No, that was Thor.
Yeah, my bad. Same difference. Same dude. No.
Practically.
Okay.
No, like I know one thing that Del Toro does is he does a lot of practical horror elements. And this one, there was a lot of practical elements in this movie, and I really enjoyed it. And we'll get into some of the CGI, the special effects throughout, because like I said, there was some good, but there was a lot bad.
Yeah, okay, so the mouthpieces were decent, but anything where they had full bodies on screen where they were using CGI for it looked like their CGI programmer didn't realize that people have spines and stuff.
There was the first moment when the two vampires are breaking into Blade's base, and they've got the spotlights on, and they're fighting in front of the lights. And I'm thinking, do they do this to kind of hide the CGI a little bit?
Probably what they were trying to do, yeah.
Because that scene wasn't terrible,
but the CGI looked like garbage.
Until they the bodies went out of the light a little bit, and you saw the fluid movements, not so fluid movements. I don't know the right word to say on that one.
Where they had no bones, like everything was just doing this and this and this, and yeah, it was terrible. Yeah. Like
when they were doing like the Soleil stuff.
The which one?
Like in the beginning, where they're jumping from all the.
No, he's talking about after that when they're fighting Blade in front of the spotlights.
Yeah, when the lights are on
Oh.
and Blade's fighting both of them.
Yeah, and Blade's just there like an absolute badass, just blocking everything with a sword upside down.
With the sword in the sheath, even. You know, like he doesn't even take it out of the sheath for the first like 5 minutes of that fight.
Yeah, so I thought I didn't think that looked like CG. I thought that was practical.
That was all practical. It's when they start jumping around and there's a couple moments like where he gets kicked and he goes like flying back, or someone goes flying back, and it looks like they're.
And then he runs up the side of the thing, jumps off with the sword, and it was just bad.
But what I liked about it though is that how fluid the transition was. You know, it went from human to CGI pretty smoothly, and that was something that happened throughout the whole movie, which I did like.
Speaking of when they break in, so okay, I don't know, like if you guys have ever been in like old warehouses and shit like that, but just the act of those 150 to 200 pound people swinging off of all those metal rafters on the top would have made so much fucking noise from the creaking and groaning.
They're vampires, Ron.
That doesn't make them.
Well,
it does. Don't you know that when you become a vampire, your bones become hollow like birds?
Yeah.
No, because vampires are bats, and bats don't have hollow bones.
Yes, they do.
I'll just throw this out here right now.
And they were making noise. There was slight creak. I thought to myself, wow, this is actually a lot louder for what they were trying to accomplish, which is stealth maneuvers.
Which is why they wouldn't have went through the fucking creaky metal ceiling in the first place. They would have flown in like real fucking vampires.
Fair. It's also not stealthy when they knew they were there. You know, like they took out their cameras, so they know they're there. You don't have to be really stealthy anymore.
Also, like prior to this, when Blade breaks Whistler out of his stasis pod, like the whole reason why they took Whistler, apparently, because I thought he shot himself dead because he was dead when
I marked him all as dead in the kill count.
Yeah, because he was.
He was.
So here's the thing. The whole point of him being taken would have been for what? So that, Blade would have been like
preoccupied trying to chase him down.
Yeah. So why the fuck wouldn't they have just killed him and hidden him, the body somewhere, and then Blade would have never found him and he would have continued to do that and never been bothered to do anything else?
It's also the whole point of he was turned to a vampire, put in a stasis tube. So I felt like he never really became a vampire, but yet Blade had to like take the vampirism away from him cold turkey. That didn't really track.
Well, so he used the serum that what's her face made in the first movie, where she cured herself.
Oh yeah. Okay. I
forgot about that. Yeah,
because she wasn't in that. I totally forgot about it.
But at the same time, yeah, exactly. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure that she said that it was going to take her a long time to figure out a cure for anybody else. And since we never hear about her ever again, and I'm pretty sure she would have to have the person's blood to make the thing, because she had to have her own blood to make the cure for herself.
Well, I'm sure she's got plenty of Whistler's blood just laying around there in the warehouse.
I guess that's true, because even the grease on the floor would still be part of Whistler's blood.
Exactly. But we also get baby Daryl.
Oh, baby God.
Yeah. That didn't even look like him. Like, right? I had to finally look it up. I was like, his face does not look correct. I remember him looking like.
We had 28 years of him with a beard, and long hair that looks terrible, and I don't know.
I mean, his hair still looked like garbage in this, so that counts.
True. I definitely know this, and it's been forever since I've seen Boondock Saints, but Norman Reedus holding his cigarette like out here, like his hand in front of his face when he takes a smoke, like that. He apparently just never changes because he does that all the time in Walking Dead. That's just a weird way to smoke a cigarette, I think. I'm just saying.
That's the cool Boston way to do it, Joey.
Okay.
Okay.
You say
Don't
so.
you question it.
He's
Don't
throwing up
don't you
gang
question
signs
it.
when he does it.
It's all good.
Is he?
I don't know. Could be.
I don't know.
Isn't that white power? Isn't that what that is?
Oh
No?
shit! I mean, that makes sense for his character as Daryl.
Very true.
Yeah.
So was anybody else disappointed that Scud and Whistler never fist fighted?
Was anybody else confused that his name was Whistler? Because I swear to God, his name was Sticks for like the longest time, and it wasn't until like it clicked with me in this
Did
movie.
you
I
say
was like,
Stick?
wait, I thought his name was Sticks. Yeah, am I wrong?
Stick is Daredevil.
Daredevil.
mentor.
Oh,
Yeah.
I legit for the longest time I was like,
Chuck,
I thought.
Has
Blade
anyone ever
was
told you
bad.
you would make a really cute blonde?
Yeah, probably. But I remember.
Like we watched the
Called
first
him
movie.
Sticks. I
No.
know, but I swear to God, his name was Sticks. Like in Spider-Man cartoon, they had him in it with Blade, or am I thinking Punisher? Didn't Punisher have a buddy?
I believe
Was that-
so. I don't remember what his name was in the Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah,
I don't remember what his name was though.
I don't know. I mean, listen, that was a lot of concussions ago. Okay, so like,
all that backyard wrestling.
yeah, pretty much. I just always remembered Blade's buddy, like guy. I don't know. Definitely wasn't Whistler.
I do remember in the cartoon, the Spider-Man cartoon, his friend, his associate, Blade's associate, wasn't this old.
Yeah.
So
I also
don't
think he
remember
was
his
black,
name.
wasn't he?
Maybe again, I don't remember. It's been forever since I've seen
has
the
been a while.
Spider-Man animated.
Well, you know what? That's your new assignment. Watch it on Disney Plus and tell us what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. Good.
Now, look,
I like it. I watched it.
Oh yeah, no, I
thought
remember it.
It's a shame it never got to finish the story, really, ultimately. But
I mean, look,
It
we're
ends
getting we're getting the finished. We're getting another couple seasons of X-Men 92, the animated series. So it's possible we can get maybe in the future Spider-Man finished. Probably.
anybody really asking for that? Like, ultimately, did anybody give two shits? Did anybody
About
actually
what?
go back and about the reboot of the
X-Men?
new X-Men?
No, it's not
Wait.
reboot. It's actual continuation.
wait,
Like
when did they continue that?
It's coming out either sometime this year or next year. On
Do they have the
Disney
same
Plus.
voice actors?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
kind of cool, actually.
They picked up
there
in
may be like one or
97?
two that they don't have, but yeah, it's X-Men 97 is what it could be called.
Yeah.
So,
And I never finished it. I watched like maybe the first 2 seasons, maybe 3 seasons, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I never
back to the
finished.
subject of the fight in front of the lights.
Okay, go ahead.
So, I was watching this with Charity, all right? And she's like, so Blade had a gun and could have ended this fight like before it even began by shooting them, but instead went through all the effort of fighting them. And I'm like, I mean, she had a point. Like, she really did have a point.
I mean, they're vampires. They would have just dodged, like all the vampires in the rave later on. Dodged all those bullets from everybody.
Except for Chupa, because when he's mowing them down, he's just killing everybody. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like I was being sarcastic when I said.
oh,
the
okay.
vampires.
Well, there is a part in there where like they're shooting through the crowd and nobody gets hit. So I mean,
fair, but those ones are running away. The ones that Chupa shoots are the ones that are just, oh, I'm good if I hide. Nope, I get shot and die.
do you ever wonder if his last name was Cabra?
It's possible.
I mean, okay, think about this. Like, a chupacabra is a blood-sucking lizard thing, right?
Yes,
It is?
type of thingy.
Yeah, chupa thingy. What's that Mexican lizard? Oh,
God, we should cover that.
we really should watch Red versus Blue season by season. And well, I can't do that because I've only seen the first like 10 of them or 11 of them or something. But
Yeah,
that would be fun. But okay,
I
back onto this movie. So Nisa could absolutely get it.
Wait, this thing is a lizard? I thought it was always like a dog.
Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little lizard thingy.
I'm telling you,
No, I
fucking
thought it was
cutest
like
blonde
a-
ever.
I always thought it was like a I always thought it was like a giant coyote.
No, it eats coyotes. And goats.
No, it eats goats. It's the goat eater. That's what it translates to. You know.
Hey, that's why Chupa was trying to kill Whistler, because Whistler's the goat, So
maybe.
There's photos of it showing it's like a cat thing as well as a little thing. You guys are wrong. Fuck you. It's cat. It's like a hyena. Okay. It's got like
anything
some
you want it
lizards.
to be, apparently.
There's like one photo where it's a lizard.
Look,
so fuck.
The only thing we need to remember is that Chupacabra means goat sucker. Okay, so Chupa's name is either goat or sucker. I don't know which one.
There was a Chupacabra in a Futurama episode, and he looked very lizard-like. So, yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, like I said, Nisa definitely could have gotten it at any time.
It would be Chupa, and as a result of Chupa making adult-oriented content. So, go. Googled it for you.
Nice.
Can you tell that nobody gives a shit about Blade 2, which is a real shame because, like,
it's a good movie.
I remember this movie being in Gangbusters when it came out.
I remember going and seeing this in theaters. We went with Mito and Justin and somebody else.
That was just before I started becoming friends with you guys. Then,
yeah, because it was while we were still working at McDonald's.
Probably maybe
I was
DJ,
too scared.
Maybe George. You too scared? 2002?
I was just scared. I was like,
a little
I was
kid.
still young.
Yeah.
I was still
I
pretty
just
young.
turned 40.
But
I'm an old man.
I do remember this being on FX on their ED on TV series a lot. Like this and the Fantastic Four movie and stuff was on there a lot.
Out of curiosity, if you just brought that up, I'm assuming you watched it on FX all the time then?
I watched it at least once or twice back then, yeah.
Did the ending where Blade shows up at that porno place to kill Rush, was that in there?
No.
Okay. Because apparently I had actually read on the IMDb that the movie ended when they aired it on TV right after Nisa dies. And he's just like, oh. So, I don't know. I thought that scene was fun.
Yes, pretty much. That's pretty much where it ended.
Okay.
See,
Lord of the
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sadly,
which made no sense. Why? She had no reason to sacrifice herself except for the fact that my brother is.
Daddy doesn't love me. Wow.
Yeah. Well, no, I just didn't understand. She understood that
because Wesley Snipes was for the third one.
Ooh. Maybe. Like the what was the vampire dad's name? I can't remember.
Eli.
Daddy Vampire. Was
Damascus.
like,
Damaskino.
I'm gonna make a new breed that will go out in the daylight. But this first batch, no.
The only thing that can kill him is the daylight.
Yeah, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's so he could go out into daylight because Silver and Garlic would be resistant. And he does this, and it's all a big problem. And Nisa's just like, oh, you lied to me, and I sacrificed my men for you, and you didn't tell me all this. And then she helps kill her dad, and then's like, all right, finish it, brother. Why?
Maybe she thought she was on Pornhub, and when she said finish it, like she was thinking something else was going to happen.
I mean, that's possible.
I mean, vampires are probably just as inbred as anybody else. That's
Okay, you're not wrong there. The scene when Blade meets up with the Blood Pack.
Oh, Blade versus Hellboy.
That was fun.
Yeah,
that was fun. Now this is pre-Hellboy. This is actually I ended up watching a thing on the Blu-ray that Del Toro wanted to do Hellboy first. He wanted to do that some time ago, but David S. Goyer, one of the writers of this movie, he's like, yeah, you kind of need to make this movie. You need to make Blade and then get your name out there, and then you'll be able to do whatever you want. So that's why Del Toro got attached to this movie.
So
anyway, sorry, Chuck, you were gonna say something?
I just realized this plot is actually a time capsule of like its era because does anybody else remember 2002 the genetic engineering controversies that were going on? Everybody was like, "Oh, we can't do like manipulating genetic engineering things like that in the
When they were
2000s."
making the clones and shit.
Yeah, I remember the
Yeah.
sheep cloning. Yeah.
Yeah, so this entire movie is actually a pro-Christian movie. A lot of people don't know that. They're showing all of the horrible things that happen when we try to genetically modify things. You know what I mean? Vampires, evil vampires come around. This is what conservative Christian people were warning us about the whole time. This is actual documentary.
Okay.
See, I have to disagree with you there. Because if it was a conservative Christian movie, Blade would have been white.
Oh, he actually has a point there.
No. It was made in the South, so it was Baptists.
Blade still would have been white.
Pretty sure they made it in Canada, not Atlanta. But
okay, so when they go to
they were taking inspiration from the Southern Baptists.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So when they go to the club, like the underground club, it's called the House of Pain.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a tattoo and piercing place here in Fort Wayne called the House of Pain back in the early aughts, I'm pretty sure.
I remember that.
And that made me chuckle because I remembered that as soon as I heard him say it. But anyways,
okay.
Can we talk about how bad Nisa is at doing search and recon shit?
Anything?
She's in this room, right? The only entrance is behind her. There's no exits around her. She turns to look at like something on the wall, turns back around, and Jared just pops up out of nowhere. Like he was laying on the floor in front of her, but she was so busy staring at the walls that like she didn't notice he was down there. And he's like, "Oh, surprise, motherfucker!"
Of course, that's after she climbs the ladder to go into the attic, and she barely gets her eyes over the attic. And I'm pretty sure the flashlight isn't actually in the attic. Like she's
too scared to see what was up there. Like,
yeah,
you know when you're in the basement as a kid and you had to run up the stairs because the light was off and like
so demons can't get you?
Yeah.
After you? Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
No, because I never had a basement.
Oh, well.
Yeah. But
I appreciated that like they walk in there and like right before they walk in, she's like, "Listen, you're going to see some things. You will see people feasting." And they're just like, "Oh, yeah, okay, we got it." Okay. And then walk in and it's just fucking people clubbing. Like that's all it is. It's just like
well, I mean, there's the chick that's getting her
hands.
back stitched open or ripped open or whatever, but
and the guy with the arm getting ripped up, which is just clubbing.
I mean, this is just a night. This is just a night in like a Germany nightclub. Like this is nothing like insane. And they're just like, "Oh my god." And I'm just like, "Oh yeah, no, this is a conservative Christian movie. Okay, this makes a lot more sense now."
Speaking of the club scene here, we already mentioned just before they go in, Blade gets shown that, because of him figuring out where all their safe houses are, and the clubs, they used to tag them with the symbols. Now they started using like
infrared or something.
What they
ultraviolet
symbols, ultraviolet symbols. And then they just show him. I already knew, Blade already knew that it was a trap, that they were going to screw him over the first chance they got. But they're showing him their secrets, and he is still surprised when they turn on him later on. Like, dude, like, you think you can survive once you figure out, hey, you know how to find our stuff now.
No, he knew they were going to turn on him from the get-go.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He was still surprised when they did. Now, I say surprised. It was more of because that scene in the sewers. He was trying to save Nisa, and then he gets electroshocked. So I guess it's not really a big surprise. But
except for the problem is that he was standing in water, and so were all those guys. And if they would have electrocuted him, they would have electrocuted themselves.
No, I thought they pulled him out. I thought he was already out.
I don't know.
Yeah, because she was on the shore. He found her on the edge of the water. I think.
Sure. I don't remember. But can we talk about how Blade doesn't know how to kill anything?
I mean, he killed. I've got the kill count that says otherwise.
Okay, let me rephrase that too. When he's fighting in the sewers and shit, and like why didn't he have the fucking lights open on his guns while he was shooting?
I mean, yeah. That's one thing that did kind of bug me is they figure out early on that bullets don't do anything.
They literally say the bullets can slow them down, but it's the light that kills them. And then they never use their fucking lights.
Yeah, they just unload their clips into these Reapers, and at no point do they ever think, "Oh yeah, we need to use the light." I also didn't understand
how the light wrapped around the tunnel and went through walls and around corners.
That one was whatever. No, I didn't understand Blade's obsession, or not obsession, his him convincing them, hey, we got to hunt at sunrise. First off, you're going underground, so sunrise isn't going to do shit.
No, because the sewer holes, the manholes, they had the light coming through them.
They were underground. There was more light down there than there was like anywhere else. Like it was consistently this weird plot like thing of development. So much so that like, okay, full disclaimer. I actually kind of liked this. Like I was like, for the most part, kind of paying attention to it. But the amount of like weird inconsistencies that kept happening was just bugging me enough that gonna definitely affect my score. Things like Ron's Perlman's character sticking his hand in the sunlight, even though it was fully gloved and covered, and it like started burning him.
But in the first movie, they were in their fucking motorcycle suits, and they were sitting out in the sun and didn't even bother them.
Yeah,
like, but they were in the sun prior. Like there were other parts when like take the fight scene, right?
What's up?
Well, take the fight scene where it's Blade versus the two ninjas, and they turn the lights on. Were those not like solar panels?
Those are just light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because every light is the same goddamn color, which is blue in this movie. So I'm not sure what is sunlight and what isn't.
Also, that should have been sunlight because Scud was working on those, and it was the same exact tint of the lights on the van when the Reapers were there.
Exactly.
So
okay.
Ooh, that was supposed to be part of their security system, was those lights.
Yeah, maybe
which is also why the eyepieces on the vampire's costumes shrink down to.
I thought that was just light in general because you're no matter
vampires have dark vision.
Only then to apparently. That's true. Only to then reopen for some stupid reason. Like it was like, oh, like their eyes are actually dilating.
They were shocked. It was surprising.
Is that what it was? Okay.
But we're back, so we're in the sewer where which time? What? Oh no. Okay, so back at the club, we do get the Blood Pack losing one of their members. He gets bit by a Reaper and like really bad. Priest.
Priest. Speaking of Priest, sorry, I gotta jump in here real quick. So the guy that plays Priest makes the comment. Look at all these. Not even half of them are purebloods, right?
Yeah.
Also, the same dude that plays Marcus in Underworld, who is like the first vampire.
Yeah. Was that Marcus?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't. So the vampire daddy, I didn't realize who he was. He played Baron von Strucker in Age of Ultron. Mm-hmm. He's in Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny, which I've seen, which I really enjoyed. Go watch it.
I haven't watched it yet. Is it better than the last one?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Personal ranking, it's number 3 overall.
Wow.
So for me,
Raiders of the Lost Ark is like my mom's favorite movie. I'm pretty sure favorite movie of the time, and she's seen them all. So I'm taking to it for her.
She'll enjoy it.
That's awesome.
She'll definitely enjoy it. It's a very good send off. Very good send off for Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones.
She
lot better than last
thinks that Harrison Ford is quote a hunky monkey, so that's all
well,
she cares about.
She gets to see him with his shirt off, so she'll be happy.
Oh man, old man.
Yeah, it doesn't look good,
man. Harrison Ford. All right. Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, so
is it like 80?
Something like that. I don't know. He's up there.
Jesus. All right.
But
yeah, good for him.
Killed off by one of these, and then Lighthammer also gets bit, but he is able to hide it. He just conveniently has the
neck
shoulder, flap thing that's just I'm good. Don't see the blood here.
Here's the thing, though. Vampire blood was different color than Reaper blood.
Yeah, Reaper blood was fairly.
So when the little girl, his little girlfriend or whatever with pink hair was looking at his wounds, like that should have been an instant like, hey,
but it wasn't. The back wounds weren't bleeding. His
they were.
Wound was.
They had that yellow. They had the yellow pus on the out. Like they had the yellow blood like on them.
Did they?
Yeah.
I missed that part.
But even then, okay, we're talking about vampires, which are supposed to have heightened senses, right? Sight, smell, hearing. Like they're supposed to be like these fucking apex predators. They would have smelled the difference between him normally and his nasty ass rank yellow blood that looks like piss.
They should have, yeah. But they had already lost a member, so maybe they were overlooking things. Plus,
the more the powers die, their powers go. Yeah, that's a fucking thing. Shut up, Joey. They don't feel all right. They don't care.
Whatever. They do care. No, they do care because Chupa made the comment. It's like we lost a partner, Blade's gonna lose a partner, so they cared that they lost one of their own, and so they're gonna take it out on Whistler, which backfired. Hard on them.
Well, look, if he'd have been smart and he'd have just shot Whistler.
Yeah, but that's not what you do. You gotta
make him suffer.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm gonna kill him. Which, why? Okay, whatever.
That's why when I become a villain, nobody's gonna be able to stop me because I'm not gonna make stupid villain mistakes.
When?
What? Nothing.
Anyway.
If it makes you feel any better, you're still a villain in my heart, like forever. So
at this point, when
I forgot we were watching a movie. Yeah, so
when Lighthammer gets bit, we get the face reveal. We get the face splitting up and the reveal that what these Reapers actually are. We did see a quick glimpse of Nomak getting it earlier. I think when he attacked somebody. But I kind of wish he would have got the first reveal. Because he was the main villain. I feel like he should have been the one to...
First reveal of what?
The face opening up.
He does, right in the opening when he's at the...
it starts to split, but it doesn't show when he bites.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Nope, it did not. You go back and look.
Nope, yeah, they don't really show it because it's so bad. But it was stupid because I definitely remember the trailer
showing it. Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what I was thinking.
Because it's the part where he like jumps on the car and he opens his mouth there in the street or whatever. And I iconically remember that scene like, associated with this movie.
Okay.
He does like he does this Paraland.
Because they have a couple of them in the third one as well. Like I know the dog has it, but I feel like there's a couple other people, like a couple other Reapers, kind of around. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen the third one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gonna make me watch
Scud. Can we just say Scud is a narc? He basically narcs on Whistler. It's like, yeah, these guys are attacking me, and Whistler just wasn't there, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, well, he was doing that intentionally because he didn't like Whistler, and he knew the vampires would try to beat up Whistler.
Yeah,
so and he knew that he couldn't take Whistler in a fist fight.
No, God, no, he can't. No, nope.
Which is kind of why I wanted to see them fist fight because, like, this old dude just with a bad fucking leg and like arthritis and shit, just beating the shit out of this little young kid that But no such luck. Instead, Scud gets vaporized.
Yeah, which Did that bomb seem too explosive?
Okay, so when they talk about it originally, it was just supposed to release like a silver whatever
Silver
into it.
nitrate into the back of Perlman's head, Reinhardt.
Yeah.
And I was gonna kill him because silver nitrate is a lot of elements of light bulbs, stuff like that. Actually, I
Well,
looked it up.
But it's also silver, so they're allergic to silver.
So that helps too, yeah.
But anyways, regardless, like the whole idea is that it's just going to like poof into his head, and then this thing blows up like fucking 6 sticks of dynamite wrapped together.
And Scud was holding it in his hand, and yet
vaporizes his whole body.
Goes, like I didn't. I actually have written down here that the third act was a bit of a mess.
Yeah,
you can tell in the third act that this shit just falls off the rails.
It does.
Like actors start not giving a shit. Like I really want to know what was happening behind the scenes. Like you can tell that Wesley Snipes doesn't want to finish this movie or something.
Well, that's because he was afraid he was going to get caught for not paying his taxes.
See, that wasn't until the third one.
Oh, was it? That was my bad. I thought they made the third one because he needed money to pay for his taxes.
No, that was
no
Expendables.
That Expendables was that.
That's right.
That's why he hopped in there. No, like I don't know. This whole third act, which I would say when they get into the sewers, begins the third act, and then obviously the very end with the battle in whatever base that was. There's a point where it starts not making sense. The lawyer, when they got Blade and they captured him, and they're going to use his blood to make
his blood, his bones, his organs.
So he hits a couple buttons on this table, and you see spikes all over the table pop up. They put Blade on it, hits the same sequence of buttons, and 4 pop up. The 2 in his wrist and 2 in his legs to hold him down.
Oh, you couldn't see the rest of him because Blade's so thick.
No.
Yeah, I was just making it up. But yeah. See, what happens is Blade wears armor, and they couldn't push through the armor, so
he didn't have any armor on.
Look, Blade's made out of armor, and that's why he never gets hurt.
Oh, so it's just his wrists and thighs are the only parts that
have
armor? Okay,
that's where his mom held him when she was dipping him into the river.
Hold on now, Hercules.
No, that's Achilles.
Oh, sorry, thank you for that. But I bring this up because when Whistler gets out after punching and beating down Reinhardt, he crawls over to Blade's area, kills the lawyer, and then Blade's like, he needs blood. Why not just suck the lawyer dry? He's already there bleeding.
Because that would transform Blade into something evil. You are what you eat.
Oh, so throwing him in a pool of blood just works, I guess.
I mean, that's intermingled blood where you get the good with the bad.
That's facts of life.
Apparently, in my notes, that's actually blood, and Blade actually does drink it.
Yeah, that's why he comes out. He's like uber powered.
No, like that wasn't like
real blood.
Yeah, it was real blood. It was like cow blood, and he was just drinking the whole thing up, and that's why he came out super strong.
Yeah, no, he was blood doping. That's where the concept came from. That's where Armstrong got the idea, and then it just blew up from there. So
yeah.
Can we also talk about the? Okay, so Wesley Snipes has some fucked up eyes.
Okay.
In this movie. Like, his eyes always look fucked up, which is why he's always got the sunglasses on.
The hell was that?
I don't
know. That was somebody sent me something, and then it decided to just scream for no reason.
But at the end of the movie, after he kills Reinhardt, who had his sunglasses on, right?
Nope. Those are Reinhardt sunglasses.
Oh, okay. But the accuracy with which Whistler throws...
You say accuracy.
With which Whistler throws those sunglasses to Blade is dumb.
He was so accurate that he had to do it 3 times. You see that? Notice that? Like he throws it in the actual scene, and then when you see they show it right at Blade, he's got his hand back there, and you see Whistler throw it, pull his hand back, Blade grabs him, and then Whistler throws him again.
I actually didn't notice that part.
I noticed that the first time I ever watched it, and I've never not noticed it ever since. I don't know.
Yeah, but anyways,
Yeah.
They had to cover up his goofy ass eyes.
Well,
Like he looked like he was doing this the whole movie.
he
For our audio listeners, that was Ron doing buggy eyes
Just one buggy eye.
because this is an audio podcast.
Shh! Don't tell everybody that.
yeah, maybe someday this will be in the probably not. That's too much work.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something you're gonna do, Joey. I'll be honest. I really there was a part. I don't know what is with the sunglasses, but you're right, because I just like so when the lawyer dude shows up with the troopers and they shock blast Blade and it drops to the ground, and then Ron Perlman kicks in the face. His glasses don't fall off. They stayed completely on his face. It's just like there's like little moments in this where you could tell Wesley Snipes was just like, no, that's not gonna work for me. Like I need
He is
like
the
we need
producer on
I have to
Yeah.
look cool. I have to look cool the entire time. You know?
That's
and then
accurate.
we get to the sword fight. Let's call it a sword fight between Ron Perlman and Wesley Snipes. And here's like this is when I texted you guys. The inconsistencies in this movie is driving me nuts. Why was he able to grab Blade's sword?
Oh, because he knew about the thing popping out.
He was playing with it earlier.
Yeah.
But why did it not pop out at all?
Because you could turn it off.
Same thing as Deacon Frost did in the first one.
Yeah.
How do I not remember either of those things? I just watched them. I'm just like, why is it not popping out now? Like, all of a sudden, is it shut off?
Yeah,
Right,
they don't use
there's
it.
a little.
I don't think they use it. Well, it's broken, so I mean, it's not like he can't get a new one for the third one. But I don't think it's a factor in the third movie anyway. Like that was a cool moment from the first one that never gets touched upon ever again.
I know that's what I didn't understand because I was just like, no, I know he's holding it like he does hold it lower on the handle. So, but like things would flip out and were like really long. I remember the silver.
Yeah, they were the full length of the blade or the full length of the hilt.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I was just really confused. All of a sudden, he just doesn't do the thing it's supposed to do. And the inconsistencies in this drove me nuts.
There are some inconsistencies. But no, that one's not one because earlier on you see him
with them popped out
with the sword. Yeah. Actually, like maybe a couple scenes before, not even that far.
That may have been when I was peeing, to be totally honest. I got up and peed, and I was just like, I could pause this, but I'm not going to. Because it was going to require me to find the controller to my PS4, and I was just like, fuck it. I'll be quick. So it may have been that part,
But speaking of the sword, though, so the final scene where Blade is fighting Nomak, why was it that there was a point where Blade like jumps off of the scaffolding, and I think it was scaffolding, and like stabs him like right here in the chest and goes all the way through him. But earlier in the movie, Nisa said that, when vampires become these Reapers, their hearts get encased by bone, and basically everything, like it's gonna be hard to hit anything,
except for the fact that you could punch a sword through bone if you were hitting it that hard.
Which
it's
the
because
way
it's
he was jumping off
Blade.
that, and like he could have easily gotten through and no problem, and he did. He got through. He stabbed the knife all the way through him. I don't understand why it has to go in
because there were only 2 holes in the side, and that was a plot point that they had made earlier on, so he had to kill him that way.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
wasn't that the theory of like why the bullets weren't working too, or something? Like, what was that?
Yeah,
their
because
explanation
bullets don't
for
break
it?
through bone. Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's
I don't know,
definitely
we
never
just-
been an
Special,
instance.
it's special vampire bone. It's special vampire bone.
Yeah, did you see when Nisa like cut off the rib cage and like she tossed it aside? You hear it like banging on the floor. It's so hard, so dense.
I mean, yeah, my rib cage would do that if you cut it off me and threw it on the floor too.
To be fair, they cut off the top part of Priest's head, and it was still alive, which kind of doesn't
Negates
make a
the
lot
whole.
of sense.
Yeah,
But they didn't
Yeah.
shoot him. I guess swords work and bullets don't. I don't know.
yeah.
I got
So,
nothing.
anyways,
I got nothing.
It's
yeah,
because it's Wesley Snipes and he has to look fucking badass. That's why. That's a. You know what? Every time we review this now, put it on the bingo. Does Wesley Snipes look dope in this movie, regardless of whether he's on it or not?
yes, I love it.
And the answer will always be yes. It'll always. It's like our free space.
As long as he's on it. Well, I think that's everything I got. What about you guys? You guys got anything else?
The last battle seemed anticlimactic. It's just me. I feel like this is a consistent thing that we're watching in a lot of these movies. Is like we finally build up to this like what should be a super great boss battle, and it just ends. It just like it's just like boomed over.
that's because they ran out of time.
Why can't you? Well, that's the thing. Is like they are so poorly paced movies back then. And like as we get to it, we watch like the Marvel movies and stuff, and like finally somebody figured it out. Finally, somebody figured out how to pace a superhero movie.
Like back in the late 90s, early 2000s, we had nothing. Like you were going through a lot on our other section, but those weren't superheroes. Those were just comic books that people were like, "Well, this is an interesting idea." Like like Rocketeer, which is coming up soon, or
Don't worry, that was on Disney Plus.
Yes, such a good movie. Really, I haven't seen a movie in forever. But no, like
that's weird. It's weird that you say that. I remember that movie coming out when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and at that point,
Rocketeer,
so unbelievably. Yeah, I remember it being on VHS. Like I remember commercials for VHS of it.
Oh, I guess you would have been a little kid, wouldn't you? Like a little kid.
Yeah. Very specifically, I remember
91.
it's one of the first memories I ever had of being babysitters, seeing the commercial for it and thinking it was the coolest thing ever, and then watching it as a kid and being unbelievably bored.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I remember that also.
Yeah.
I remember being bored to tears when I watched it as a kid.
Oh,
yeah.
I loved it as a kid. Loved it still. We'll get to that. That's coming up probably next year.
Oh, I have one more note.
All right, go ahead.
Scud's character concept is probably the most annoying character I think we've covered in any movie.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how...
the little Asian kid from Conan wasn't more annoying? And
I don't think he was, actually. Because
interesting.
Where he was an arrogant little cunt because he was raised that way, Scud is that, like, yo, B, come on, B, please, B, let me tell him, B, come on, B, let me tell him, B, come on, B. It's like, dude, like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm sorry, but if I was Blade, I would have shot him, like, as soon as he started talking to me after I saved him from his vampire orgy. Because I'd be like, dude.
Like, how long was Scud working with Blade?
That's a great question.
Like, they don't really give a timeline on that.
Because they say that
you're going to tell me. Do they say it?
I thought he said 2 years ago I got with these two chicks, or did he just say I got with these two chicks?
Maybe it might have been, but I know that.
But I'm supposed to believe that Blade didn't know the entire time
he did
that he was working for him.
No, that's what he says. He says, I knew from the moment they turned you.
Yeah.
That's right before he blows him up into fucking Daryl paste.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the bomb.
No.
I thought he was like because they were talking about how like it was just all show to make Blade feel like he was in control. I thought that's what he was referring to. That I was like, no, I knew the whole time it wasn't, and then blows it up. I thought that's what it was.
Speaking of, he hit the button, right? The first time, and it didn't go like. How did he?
Oh, he had a different button on the controller the second time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, what happened was he held the controller for 3 seconds. He held the button for 3 seconds, and that's how you actually detonate it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's much like my electric mower that I bought. You have to push a side button and then pull the handle down. That starts it.
Yeah, I
It's
have to
a
do that with
sequence of
my
buttons.
snowblower. I got an electric snowblower. Kind of annoying. But hey, it actually works.
I find out that if I mow too fast, it shuts off and then doesn't turn back on for a while.
I do that with snowblower. I end up just taking the batteries out and putting them back in.
So I do, and it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It's not. Yeah, I have to like literally give it an hour.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's gas, so I just mow the lawn and I'm done.
Listen, it's a long story. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. It's like a whole thing.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to our ending stuff because I think we're
our kill count
talking about this.
The light blast at the end only counts as 1 kill.
That's true.
Yeah, no,
actually technically every grenade that goes off that kills a bunch of them is only 1
That's
kill.
true. It's only 1 kill. Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise we would have had like 300. Because yeah.
Now on the other hand, when Chupa was going through the club shooting people, each one of those counts as an individual kill because it was an individual.
That's one individual.
Wait, hold on, time out. But that's one attack.
No, that's how it works. That's how it works.
One shot.
One shot, one bullet. If that bullet hit multiple people, it's 1 kill.
Which is why the grenade counts as 1 kill because it's multiple people killed with 1 shot.
Exactly.
Which is why Alderaan was only 1 kill because it was 1 shot.
That's why it was only 1 kill.
I will say this though: we have our new highest kill count so far with 99.
You know what we need to watch? We need to watch Hot Shots.
It's not a comic book movie.
Part 2.
Not a comic book movie.
Hey, Street Fighter wasn't a fucking comic book movie either.
There is a comic book movie. There is comic books of Street Fighter.
I will fucking draw up a comic book of fucking Hot Shots just to make
published by a major publisher, and then
whoa, wait, why does it have to be a major publisher?
I mean, like IDW and Image is major publisher.
Yeah, why does that have to be a major publisher?
Because if I can buy it on the shelf, it counts.
Dude, I will throw it on a shelf and you can pay me for it.
Yeah, but will I?
I will say, 99 kills. Okay, fine. It's not that far away from Batman.
Batman was still like 80 something.
Right.
78. Batman was 78.
And this is Blade. Blade loves killing people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, he's not good.
You guys only
this movie
say
is terrible at killing things.
It would have been 300 some. I'm just putting it out there. Just say.
No, you have to use the proper logic, Joey. Batman is just a cold-blooded murderer who will purposely murder people and get as high of a count as possible. Blade is out here trying to save people, Joe.
Remember when he pushed that chick off the building?
Blade or Batman? Because
Batman.
Both of them did that. All right, so bingo.
All right, so obviously we had product placement right at the beginning. The fucking motorcycles.
Yep.
The montage. Hero kills. A reformed bad guy. Which I'm going with Whistler being turned back from a vampire to a human.
Okay.
But it also works for Nisa being Blade's friend.
Yeah.
Betrayal by a friend, because obviously we've got Scud, and then we've got Nisa's dad.
I wouldn't consider them friends because he knew from the get-go that they were going to fuck him over.
No. Nisa got betrayed by her father, which was her friend. Look, betrayal by a friend doesn't just mean that it was the hero getting betrayed.
I listen. Okay, I'm gonna fight that. I think that it's too common of an idea that you're gonna get betrayed by your father. That I don't think it should count for the bingo. Maybe
look, he's gonna come back from getting milk, Chuck. Okay.
It's been too long.
Just don't drink the milk when he comes back.
That's fair.
Villain monologue. Because we get like 6 of those.
Nomak does it a couple times, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Nomak does it. Fucking
speaking of-
Reinhardt does it. Damaskino does it.
Speaking of, I forgot this point. Nomak was originally supposed to be Morbius.
Really?
Yeah, Morbius
That-
was supposed to be the villain in the original script
That
for
would've-
this movie.
That would have been dumb.
That would have bummed me out. Yeah, that
Yeah.
wouldn't have. It would have
Look,
been interesting
Just saying.
because like
Obvious-
that is kind of Morbius's whole thing, kind of like.
Well,
But
it was, yeah.
I don't think I would have liked it. I mean,
we also
granted, I don't like what we got either. So of the actual Morbius.
We'll get there.
don't
we
like
had
it.
unexplainable science, an origin reveal, and yeah, I think that's it.
All right, cool.
Real quick though, did you include all the fetuses?
That'd be part of the origin reveal.
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Oh,
No,
Or
no,
that.
in the kill count.
Oh, that's true because
no,
those
so it's
were
100.
not.
It's 100. I didn't count them, so it's 100.
Those were
'Cause it was
multiple
one
shots.
attack.
Multiple
And no,
shots.
it wasn't. It was multiple shots. Wesker was
so-
just like straight up
so, like,
pro-choice and just
this
started
is an attack,
pumping bullets.
And
into
then
him.
this is like 40 attacks.
Yeah, a straight up just like pro-choice to that entire situation. You know what I mean? Just
Also,
like
he
blasted
shoots-
all of them.
He shoots one of the pillars, and there's still like 5 just surrounding, just not uncovered.
Yeah, but they get blown up at the end when the
Unless-
whole building blows up.
The whole building doesn't blow up though.
Oh, you didn't see that part?
Okay. All right. So
Unless you count it, you don't count them as living human creatures, Joey. What's your stance?
That's
here?
true
I
because they aren't
yeah.
really.
Does life start at conception, Joey? Is that what we're talking about
We're
here? Is
not
that what you're saying?
So am I counting another 100 there, or what am I doing? You guys tell me.
Yeah, you better. I would count another 100. Those
All right.
those fetuses. Yeah, I mean, this
So
is a
they're-
conservative Christian. This is a conservative Christian movie,
Okay,
Joey.
given that it's a conservative Christian movie, they would have counted them as lives. Only until they were
That's
born, then
absolutely
they wouldn't
true.
have given shit about them.
Yeah. And Whistler is actually the villain of this movie.
Whistler killed the most. All right. So okay, our new kill count is 199. All right.
There you go. I want it on the record forever.
So Spawn Cape Continuum.
I apparently didn't even realize there was CG in most of the movie for the most part. I mean, the stuff I saw was like rough.
You have to
That I
quit drinking
recognize?
whenever you watch these things.
I didn't notice it. I guess I don't know. I mean, was I sleeving magic cards at the same time? Yeah, but that didn't matter. Like I was paying attention. I was watching it. I was just like, oh wow, I actually kind of thought it held up for a 2002 movie for the most part. Because we will watch stuff where it doesn't hold up from
Yes.
2002 and beyond.
And beyond.
I mean, Spawn Cake Continuum. I'm actually gonna give it like a 46.5 out of 46.5. I think it
Okay.
holds up. I think it's good.
Like I said, there are a few moments where I didn't like it, but I thought throughout the movie the CGI held. Especially like I said, when it transitions from
See,
CGI
there was, like-
immediately into people.
The transition was well done, but the actual CGI of them fighting and shit was terrible. Because you could tell, like, there was no doubt in my mind when Blade's head went from being a normal human-shaped head to being, like, wider and bigger, and his chest got, like, Captain America in, the 90s bigger, and, like, it just... The way that the way that they made him look in that compared to what they did with the, like, the actual character of him, like, there was just it was terrible. It looked like they fucking took a scene out of an anime and replaced the characters with Blade and the vampires.
Well, this was that era where things were starting to get gnarly. You know what I mean? Like where like things were trying to be like over the top superhero-ish. Because we have
Returns,
Fantastic
I-
Four coming out in a couple of years from this point, and
Yeah, but I recall the Fantastic Four CGI being good.
See, I remember it being good too, but I could be misremembering.
Good, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's been a long time since we
we're
watched that.
gonna get there. I mean,
We're
you're
closing into that. Yeah.
yeah.
But like this is also, I'm pretty certain that Mummy Returns was coming out around this time. And
Wait, why didn't we watch The Mummy?
because it's not
It's
a
not.
comic book movie?
We've literally brought this on the show many times, and he keeps telling us it's not a fucking comic book.
I'm pretty sure there's a comic book out there that says The Mummy in it somewhere. Therefore, we can count it.
Anyway, let's go ahead and do our scores.
Oh yeah, I guess we probably could shoot. Yeah.
We'll go ahead and start with you, Chuck. What you got for your score out of 10?
There is technically a comic book called The Mummy,
Yes.
1962, and there is a
1962?
movie adaptation
Of that one?
1962 Dell. It also says Moonstone is another one that's coming up. I mean, it looks very pulp. The Mummy.
That
It was
actually might be
by
kind of fun.
Dell. Looks old. Hey, it looks kind of fun.
We will see.
Pinned by Jeff Owens on Universal Monsters. Oh, it's based off the Universal Monsters version.
So
Interesting.
The Mummy is a Universal movie, therefore it counts.
cool. So
Gotcha there.
score. What's your score? I'll worry about that later.
Okay, so as per usual, I have to hold it accountable to what it is. Is this a Blade movie? Yes. It did the thing that it was supposed to do. It's a Blade movie. I actually kind of, though the plot is kind of rough and doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense, and it falls off in the third act real hard and gets like a total mess. I actually thought this was an interesting concept, and I remember when it came out, I was thinking like, "Oh, this is like super rad, like Nosferatu-y kind of like Cthulhu-ish, like versions of like vampires." It was something different. Twilight hadn't blown up yet, so it was like we were kind of starved for vampire movies. Was Underworld's out yet? Did Underworld happen yet?
Not yet.
No,
If
and then
it wasn't, it was like right on the cusp.
and then like I think Queen of the Damned. That's like the only other thing that had come out at the point.
Yeah, Queen of the Damned would have been 2002 also, I believe.
Right. So like this was like kind of the start, and it was like a superhero movie. This was after. Well, this would have been after Spider-Man.
No.
Now, Spider-Man was 2002 also, wasn't it?
2001.
Spider-Man was 2002. It came out in May. That's actually, if my math is correct, this could be our next Marvel one. Yeah. This came out in March of 2002.
Okay, because I thought it came out in 2000. Oh, May of 2002. Never mind. That actually makes a lot more sense because they famously take out the World Trade Center scene out of Spider-Man.
Exactly. Yep.
Right. So okay. I think this is. It's good. I mean, it's Wes. Okay, I'm a sucker for Wesley Snipes. Right. So like, it's gonna. I know that he's not the best actor in this.
You'd choop a Wesley Cabra. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'm a West Snipes Cobba. I don't know what to tell you. Is that that's what we're starting now? We're Cobbas.
I mean, look, I'm a Ryan Reynolds Cobba. So
yeah, we know you are.
Yeah. When we get to Blade,
I'm gonna give it a 5.1. I actually think this is a pretty solid movie. I like the concept of it. I get it falls off. There's not any inconsistencies that really bothered me. It probably would have scored higher if the inconsistencies weren't there. I don't like Whistler in this movie. I didn't really like him in the first one, and I feel like he's just like all the more boomer. Did I really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. But it was good. I mean, like I like the first one better than I like the second one. So. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is more action. Ron Perlman's character kind of bugs me in this movie too. I don't know what it is. Like, he's trying to be too cool, and it looks really cheesy. Like, it comes off really cringy now, like in this era. I think the problem, a lot of it comes off like really cringy in a 2023 lens. But
yeah, like back in 2002, this was just normal. Yeah, I gotcha. I get it. Ron, what you got?
I mean, at least everything was fitted. You know what I mean? Like, all the costumes were actually kind of fitted this time. But the armor that the one dude wears that literally just looks like football armor, like football, like padding and stuff.
Hey, but it has to get ratcheted on, okay? I mean,
yeah, that was why. That made no sense, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
So given the fact that this had a terrible plot
Inconsistencies, plot holes. Nisa never gets naked. I only gave it a 4.5.
Oof. Okay.
This does get an R rating, doesn't it?
It is an R rating.
Yeah, because they say
I
fuck
think
more
fuck
than
like 8. Yeah.
They say,
Yeah.
they say because they say fuck twice. Granted, they were two good fucks. I was okay with it.
Yeah.
Because he just, it's Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes says he's is setting that bomb and all the. That was the only time I actually heard it. And he goes, "Don't you know who you're fucking dealing with, or who the fuck I am? Oh, that's
Who
what
you're
it is.
fucking
Don't
with
you know
or
who the
whatever,
fuck I am." Yeah. I was just like, God, I love Wesley Snipes. I don't. You know why? In my opinion, he never had to pay taxes, and it's ridiculous that he got busted for it.
All right, Joey.
So, God, I didn't think I was gonna be the outlier here, but I really enjoyed this movie. I really, really liked it. I thought the plot was fine. I understood it. I forgot that Guillermo del Toro was the one that directed this one, and that kind of maybe I have a little like.
So his name is Guillermo.
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 I've got a lisp and I can't say
Toro.
things right. Fuck off,
Dude. You call him Guillermo.
Whatever. See, I can't say it right.
It doesn't even have a fucking S in it.
Guillermo.
There we go. Happy.
Guillermo. His name is Guillermo. Okay, Guillermo del Toro.
I liked the cast. Donnie Yen. I love Donnie Yen. So seeing him, I forgot he was in this movie.
Was he
Ron
Ghost?
Perlman was cool. I mean, yes, his character was annoying, but I liked it. Norman Reedus. I knew he was in it. I knew he was going to be annoying, but I knew that going in. I gave this an 8. I enjoyed this movie. I know.
Okay, it wasn't that good.
Was to me. So
did you feel like they were setting up for a third one? I go back and
knowing
watch
that
it,
they had a
like
third one coming out now, I could see it, but no, I didn't feel that way.
No, and I don't. Obviously, we'll get there in like a year or two, but I don't think they needed to ever make the third one. I don't think it was necessary.
The funny thing is, I think I enjoyed the third one more than this one because there was more comedy in that one. You had Triple H, you had Ryan Reynolds. Like, come on.
So it's weird. That's what makes me hate that movie. Because it's
Triple H.
No, the comedy.
Okay.
Because it's not funny. It's like it came out in an era where like the idea of comedy was just to be like edgy and offensive. Like that was the kind of comedy that it is.
Yes. Yeah.
And because I have recently watched it and I was just like, this doesn't age well at all. And I probably would have liked it if I saw it when it came out. I think I had waited. I remember. I think I watched it on TV, honestly. So it was like super edited. But
You can't watch shit like this on TV.
Yeah,
no.
they
That's like watching old '80s movies on TV. You don't get the full effect. It's just
you don't get the boobs.
Mainly boobs.
Yeah.
Didn't I just say the full effect?
Yeah, exactly.
You did. You really did. So with our combined score, that gives us a 5.87, which puts it literally just behind Barbarella at a 5.88. And
I get behind Barbarella.
Same. Funny enough, Emily was just watching that randomly the other day at work because she needed something to watch.
Man, that is NSFW, all right.
Yeah, we work in a factory. We don't give a shit. I watched I watched National Lampoon's Vacation the other day. Haven't seen the movie in forever.
God, that's been a while. Yeah,
there's some boobs just randomly in that movie. Like, okay, wow. And Blade 2 goes just above Batman Returns at a 5.83.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
You're both like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, good. That belongs above Batman.
But it's so far like it's number 27 on our list. Blade is number 7. That's how far.
Yeah, because I actually like the first Blade. Like this one was just okay. The first Blade's fucking awesome, and it's got one of my favorite, most iconic lines in it of all time. So I mean,
that's fair.
I have used that on multiple occasions, sometimes at work.
Yes, and that's somehow that doesn't surprise me.
Really.
All right, everybody. So, yeah, that's awesome. Chuck, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Kicked Out of the Hood, No Ian Kicked. You can find my hobby page, Kicked Out of the Hobby, No Ian Kicked, and at some point I'm gonna do some kitchen stuff. I think I maybe recorded 1 or 2 by now. I don't remember. I'm just kind of editing them. It's a lot harder than I was expecting it to be to do like kitchen like recipe review stuff.
Really?
But it's Kicked Out of the Kitchen, No Ian Kicked. Yeah, I don't know why, because like it's not that I need to write a script, but find like I have to watch the video a bunch of times and then write down some stuff that I need, like I want to make sure I'm making a point of. Otherwise, it's just me sitting there watching it and barely getting anything in. So it's weird. But Joey, where can they find you?
Well, Ron, where can they find you?
Oh, I'm right
No,
here.
I want Ron to go last.
No, Ron doesn't go last because I go last. My show. Fuck off. Ron, where can they find you?
Good at this game on all your fun social medias, TikTok, Instagram. Yeah, that's actually probably it.
Yeah, because Twitter is imploding right now, so that might be ending soon.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm only on Twitter for porn, and even then, it's just kind of mediocre. So, like,
Well, now you can only see so many tweets of porn. I'll tell you off mic. You guys can
no,
find
our
me
listeners need to know this.
Yeah,
No,
what are you
because
doing, Joey?
by this time, this came out a month. That whole thing came out like a month before, so that whole land, like everything, is already done with. Probably.
Third happened.
Tell you what, I'll let you guys know after we're done recording.
No.
Yes, you guys can find me, the show, on Twitter at Comic Book Rundown, on Instagram at Comic Book Rundown. Email us comicbookrundown@gmail.com. Rate and review us on your podcasting app of choice or on social media. We'll read it on an upcoming episode. Maybe. We don't really have those episodes anymore. A song was done by Joe from formerly One Half of the Sex Turtles and formerly of Wreck My Podcast. And we have merch over on Redbubble and TeePublic. Our next movie that we're going to be covering. We do.
Do we have any new merch? Have we
No.
any new merch lately?
No. It's been like 2 years. I need to put something new up there.
That's about right.
Our next movie will be League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, it's actually kind of weird. I've had somebody bring the movie up a couple of times. I've seen different things bring that movie up a couple of times. And it's kind of across the board of it's actually not as bad as everybody remembers. It's atrocious. It's one of the worst things I made. I remember watching it in theaters and really liking it, but I was really young.
I remember having fun with it, but I also understand that it's not a good movie. So we'll get into it, on our next episode.
If I remember correctly, I remember thinking Sean Connery doesn't fit into this movie. That's kind of my only takeaway from it.
It's one of those things where I wish it wasn't his final movie, but if I remember correctly, this was his last movie before he retired. I think.
Really?
I'll double check all the info. We'll get all that into.
Dude, you already said it on mic, therefore it is canon.
Yeah,
now it's
canon.
Now when I say something that's canon, fuck off, you two. We're done.
That's how it works. It's canon until somebody proves us otherwise.
I thought it was just you two. Everything I say was just crap.
Well, that's because we proved you wrong.
What you could say is head over to patreon.com/professionalcasuals. It's $1. Go ahead and support this show and the network.
Whoa, wait. But if you're going to go over there, instead of spending $1, spend $3.01 and become a booker. And that way, you're supporting Joey directly.
Directly. Joey needs to start getting paid for this, okay?
You guys, too. You guys get $1 out of that $3.
Look.
I don't want your dollar. I don't need your money.
But listen, Joey gets that 101, and that's how we keep all this stuff going.
Time.
That's how we keep the show going, is by Joey getting the movie or getting the money from that, so he can afford to buy us stuff, so that we can keep doing the show.
I have,
and by us I mean me.
Okay.
I was gonna say I haven't. Regardless, whether it's this show or my own show, I hadn't seen a cent, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I have never seen any money for this show, but I have seen some perks. So I do have to say the benefits from doing this show actually might be better than the benefits from my actual job.
Wow,
because they've never given me a computer. So I mean,
that's accurate.
A computer and a microphone
and a microphone, yeah, and the microphone that has a camera in it. Even
that was a Kickstarter thing.
The only thing of this whole setup that's actually mine are these headphones. And that's why they're only earbuds and they're not actual
Joey bought you that house. You know what I mean? Like he's really throwing it out there.
All right, let's get out of here. Have a good one, guys.
See ya.
Bye.